I'm gonna go. Yeah. All right. So, good morning, everyone. I'm going to spotlight my video. If for today's session, so welcome everyone. For today's session, you'll need a weight, nothing heavier than a 3 kilo, and we're going to be using that one. If you have any injuries or anything, please modify as you need to, or comment and I can send some modifications to you also. But we're going to start just on our backs on the mat. When you're ready, just find a comfortable position to lay down, and we're just going to center ourselves into the space. So hands by your side, shoulders nice and relaxed. And we just start by taking a deep breath in. And then take that deep breath out through the mouth. And just continue your breath. If you wish, you can place your hands on your ribs. So as you breathe, we're expanding the rib cage. And then as we exhale, we're bringing the ribs back together. So really just take a minute to enjoy the breath. Take a moment to just really center yourself. If you can do it with no kids around, that's good. Today I've got no kids around, so it's nice to be able to center myself into the space. I want you to become more aware of your body. So Pilates is all about the body awareness. We want to have even weight between both heels, both hips, up through our spine, through our shoulders, and our head and neck as well. So if you feel like you're laying to one side heavier than the other, just adjust the hips so that we've got even pressure through both hips. Everything's nice and soft. Feel like you're just nice and soft on your mat. We're going to set our posture from our head to our feet. So we're just going to inhale and take a look back behind us. Then we're going to exhale and take our chin to our chest, and we're going to press the back of the head down into the mat. So we're going to inhale to look back, exhale, chin to chest, and press. It's a great stretch for the back of the neck, particularly if you carrying kids around all day or working an office job. It's definitely a good one to do just to realign. So let's find halfway between those 2 points. We've got a little bit of a double chin. Our shoulders are nice and soft. Then we're going to take our hands up in front of our shoulders and we're going to set. So we're going to inhale to reach forward, lifting the back of the shoulders off the mat. And we're going to exhale to squeeze the shoulders together, squeeze shoulder blades together. So inhale to reach up, exhale to squeeze together. So inhaling to reach now, I want you to slowly lower the shoulders till you feel the shoulder blades flatten on the mat. Then we're going to take our hands down by our side, and our pelvis is the next thing. So from your pubic bone all the way up to your rib cage, what I want you to do is draw your belly in. So start at the bottom, trying to pull belly in here, and then we try and pull all the way in, all the way up to our rib cage. As we exhale, without using our feet, the weight, without pressing weight into our feet, we want to exhale, tilt pubic bone to belly button. Flatten your lower back on the mat, and then inhale back to center. Relax the belly. Lachlan, shush. And then tilt pubic bone into the floor as you exhale again. So we're arching lower back, and then inhale back to center. So drawing belly in as we exhale, tilting pubic bone to belly button. A good one if you've got any abdominal separation. Inhaling center. Exhaling, tilting into the floor. Inhale center. We're going to go through one more time. Drawing belly in as we exhale, tilting pubic bone to belly button. Weights off through the feet. Inhale center.
Dad.
Exhale on mum.
Mom,
And
let
then
me
center.
help you.
You're going to help me, okay?
Yeah.
You sit here. So then we've got feet hip width apart, knees hip width apart. And if you're not sure, take your feet together. Then we take our heels apart, then take your feet apart. So just sit on one. And from here, we're just going to set our core. So pelvic floor always first. So we're going to activate as if we need to stop ourselves from going to the toilet. So nothing moves on the outside. So we just want to engage our pelvic floor as if we're stopping ourselves from going to the toilet, holding that as high as we can, and then letting that relax. Now, if right, God. When we do that, we're going to take our index fingers, place them on the inside of the front of our hip bone. So as we lift our pelvic floor, we're going to gently draw our transverse abdominis across our hips in, and then let that relax. So engaging pelvic floor, drawing transverse in. Remember that you don't need to have your core on all the time, or your pelvic floor on all the time, because it should activate normally when we're doing the exercise. But today, if we've got some harder exercises, you might want to just give me a sec. You might want to activate it a little bit more. So let's just warm up into our hip roll, get the spine mobile. So we're going to inhale, tilt that pubic bone to our belly button. As we exhale, we start to round and roll off the floor, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way to the top. When you get to the top, we hold for a deep breath in, and then as we exhale, we roll back down vertebrae by vertebrae, nice and slow. Top off me, please. You need to blow your nose. So again, we inhale, tilt that pubic bone to our belly button. As we exhale, we're lifting vertebrae by vertebrae. Don't. Oh, that coffee, terrible. Terrible. Okay, now use a tissue. I'll take a tissue. Never mind. Oh my God. But this time as we do it, we just want to lift. So we lift, but I want you to imagine that you're squeezing a ball between your knees. Squeezing a ball between your knees. So your knees aren't coming any closer together. But your adductors, really, thank you. Your adductors are going to activate over your mouth. The last one here. Okay, and then we're going to take the hands by our side. So we're going to inhale to lift up overhead. What I want you to do is try and glue your entire spine to your mat. So as we lift, we're not letting our thoracic spine, so our upper back, we're not letting the thoracic spine lift off. We're controlling that with our core to keep our back on the mat. And then we exhale to come back. So we're going to inhale to come up overhead. Mommy. Yes, Lachlan.
I want mommy's phone.
Well, go and get it.
Oh,
and then exhale, hands back by your side. So inhaling to come up and over. I think it's on the couch. Okay, well, can you get out of the screen, please? So as we go here, what we're going to do is we're going to tuck the chin and we're going to lift up and go reaching towards our toes. So inhaling to come up, exhale, tuck the chin, lift and reach towards your feet. Going to the lounge room. Thank you. Now I want you to really try and pull your belly in a little bit here, but we're trying to slide our ribs towards our hips. So we're inhaling to come up and over. Vertebrae still stay to the mat. So we're controlling through that core. We're lifting up. We're pulling belly in and we're sliding ribs towards hips. I'm going to take one more here. So one more. Tuck, lift, and reach, and then relax. So grab your weight when you're ready. So nothing heavier than a 3 kilo. Probably a 1 to 2 is best. The lighter, the better. We can control it. So it's all about, we're sort of doing a unilateral movement. So our core is going to be working nice and hard. And we're going to go through levels. So starting with the weight in your left hand, we're just going to take it, inhale to come down, exhale to come up. Inhale to come down, exhale to press up. So this is level 1. So pretty sort of basic. What we want to avoid is any rotation through our trunk. So we want to feel that that core is stabilizing. There's no movement through our torso. It's staying nice and steady. Now level 2, we're going to take opposite leg into tabletop. So we're just making a little bit more core focus. So opposite leg, that's that right leg, into tabletop for level 2. And then level 3, if you wish, you take both legs into tabletop, holding strong, lower back nice and flat to the mat. And it's just a little bit harder to stabilize. So just work with whatever level you feel is going to work best for you. So we're going to take 5 here. Should be starting to feel a little bit through that chest and shoulder. We've got 3. Make sure we exhale as we lift. Inhale as we lower. 2. Last one. And then we're just going to change sides when you're ready. So start with level 1. So find your center in level 1. Now the elbow drops just below the shoulder. So it's not right in line. We're sort of just below and then up. So it's still coming out, but we're keeping it below the shoulder. Another thing that's really important with this one is the wrist alignment. So we want our wrist to be nice and straight. We don't want it to be bent like this or bent like this. It's just nice and neutral. So make sure that we've got that as well. When you're ready, level 2, which is left leg in tabletop or opposite leg in tabletop. Remember, that's hip and knee at 90 degrees. It's really good if you have a camera on or you have a mirror to do it in front of, so that you can actually see your technique as you go. So then we've got level 3. So both legs in tabletop, making sure we've got that 90 degrees and breathing, inhaling as we go down, exhaling as we press up. A good thing about this workout is that we can feel if there's any imbalance in our body. So if one side is stronger than the other, so if you've got a weaker side, say like if your left side isn't as dominant, it isn't as strong, what you can do is do an extra set on that side. So if you feel like it, you can sort of pause the video, do an extra set on, say, your left side, if it's a little less strong, and that'll help increase the strength on that side. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take it in both hands now, and we're going to bend the elbows. So we're going to go into our triceps. We're going to inhale to come back, and then we're going to exhale to just straighten the arms. So this is level 1 here. I think we've got maybe 3 or 4 levels on this one. So level 2, it's that knee lift, and you're going to meet with the dumbbell. So you're going to lift, meet the knee with the weight, come back down. So we exhale, lift. And then level 3, you can go both legs. And if you need to, you can keep your upper body down and just do the leg and arm movement if you need to. Keep it controlled. The slower you can go and the more you can control, the better. And then level 4, you're going to lift. You're going to make sure you got a nice flat tabletop. Just be cautious. Weight up. Inhale back. Exhale, lift. And then we come down. So we're just holding the weight there on the knees in tabletop. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We've got 4 here. So this one's a little bit more intense. So just choose. That's why I go through lots of different levels, so that you have the option and the choice to do what's going to work best for you. We've got 1 more. And then we're going to take the weight back into one hand. So back into that left hand, elbow a little bit soft. So check before you start, elbow and wrist alignment must be nice and straight. Soft grip with your dumbbell. And we're going to take it out to the side. So we're going to inhale, take it out into a chest fly. And we're going to exhale, bringing it back. We're using a longer lever here. So the lever length is going to make it a little bit more intense. So we're inhaling out, exhaling to squeeze back up. I'm going to change the levels a little bit on this one. So level 2 is still the same. We can lift right leg hang on, as we come back up, right leg's going to come back into tabletop. So this is just going to challenge that stability a little bit more. It's going to challenge that right oblique as well, because that's trying to really stop us from rotating. So that right oblique, so this one right here, is truly stopping us from moving. So then we've got level 3. So level 3, both legs, but what we're going to do is we're going to alternate down. Well, actually, no, that right leg's going to drop. So right leg's still going to drop. Left leg just stays in tabletop. This is going to be a lot of tension. So make sure that that lower back stays as flat as possible. If you need to counterbalance and have the right arm out to the side, feel free to do that. And if it's too much on the shoulder, remember to stop and break whenever you need to. If the set's not over, don't feel like you can't take a break. Do as many as you can with good form and then break when you need to. Let's change hands when you're ready. So right hand now, elbow soft, wrist straight, hand, left hand wherever you feel comfortable, either by your side or out. And we're just inhaling to come out, exhaling to come up. So really holding strong. That left oblique now is doing a lot of work. So make sure that we're not twisting the body. So we're not letting the hips lift off, not letting the shoulders lift off. Really be conscious and try and imagine that you're almost pressing left hip into the floor. So level 2, when you're ready, we lift as we bring that arm back up. So we inhale, left leg goes down as the arm goes out, exhale up as it comes up. And again, we're keeping strong, trying to really think about that left oblique working so that we're not rotating and we're really keeping it controlled. Obviously, the heavier the weight, the more you'll feel that oblique working. If you've got a 1 kilo or half kilo, you're probably not going to feel it as much. You can do a few more reps if you need to. When you're ready, we're going to go level 3. So level 3, both legs in tabletop. It's that left leg going to drop. Then we're coming up. So that chest is working hard here. So working chest first, then we're going to come into some back ones in a minute, and I'll give different options for that. Making sure that you're strong through your lower back too. So we're keeping pelvis tilted, pubic bone zipped to your belly button, not letting it sink into the floor. 2 more. Breathing is important. Make sure that we're not holding the breath, because any breath hold is going to really hurt that pelvic floor. It's a lot of pressure on the pelvic floor. All right. We're going to come up onto hands and knees here. We're going to roll over onto hands and knees. You can be, if you need to, if you feel like there's too much pressure through your hands, you can be on elbows. So if you need to be on elbows, or we can do these standing as well. So if you want to stand, you're just going to hinge and then the movement goes from there. Okay. So hands directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips. We take dumbbell. We'll start in our right hand because my right hand is closer to the screen, and we're just going to come up into that row and then down. Just make sure that we're not arched, that we've found that neutral spine. And this is just level 1. So we're breathing out, inhaling as we come down. That weight through our body is in that left hand and right knee, so that we're not swaying side to side as we lift up right arm. So left hand and right knee are taking the weight. And then from here, we're going to extend. So level 2, we're going to take left leg. So this is just incorporating that core a little bit more, out and in. So we exhale out, inhale in. Now level 3, we're going to add triceps. If you've got a heavy weight, this is going to be tricky. So feel free to skip level 3 and just stay level 2. So we're lifting, we're going to hold and extend, come back and release. So we lift and extend, come back and release. Up, back, in, down. We've got 3. Making sure that we're breathing. 2. Last one. And then just come back. Take a rest in child's pose. You can take your weight out in front. You can place your hands on your weight if you want to. A couple of deep breaths here. So these are a few hard, these are a bit harder than what we've been doing the past couple of weeks. So this is probably one of the harder sessions that I like to do. One of my favorites. I love this one. It's a good workout, this one. But still working those really fine muscles without overexerting ourselves. All right, we're going to take that weight into that left hand. So left hand now. We're lifting up. So set your spine first. So make sure we've got the knees under hips. We've set, we're not arching, we're not rounding. We're lifting up as we exhale, inhaling to come down. And really squeezing through that shoulder blade. Our weight again is through our right hand and left knee this time, so that we're not rocking side to side as we lift. Tell you what, I'm really feeling this in my obliques more than what I normally do, so they might be a little bit weak at the minute. Level 2, when you're ready, we're extending right leg back as we lift, inhaling to come down. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, keep it off the floor as you bring it back. So don't take any weight back onto it. I hope everyone's feeling their obliques as much as I am. They are firing hard today. So control that breath. It's all about the leg length too. So when we lift the arm, don't forget about the leg. Really think about pulling the leg right away from your body, so stretching it and engaging that glute. So we're lifting and squeezing that right glute. Let's go level 3 when you're ready. So we're lifting up, holding, really squeeze that glute, extend back in, come down. So we exhale, inhale back, exhale, release. And if that's too much to remember, just really long, slow, deep breaths. The longer and slower the breath, the better. So just do whatever you can do. Last one. All right, coming down, come back, take a quick rest. And then we've got one last one. We're only going to do one level on this one. We'll only do level 1 for now. We'll see how we go. An option without the weight too. You can do all the exercises without the weight if you need to. So don't feel like you have to do the weight if it's too much. All right, so taking it back into our right hand. Standing option if you need to. So stand up. So if we're standing, we're just hinged forward. So imagine I'm standing up, hinged forward. So you can do the same exercise, but we're just hinged forward at the hips. So reset your spine. And from here, we're just going to lift out and in. If you have a 3 kilo weight or anything heavier than a 1, it might be tricky to do too many. So not going to be here for long. We're going to do maybe 7. So exhaling out, inhaling in, stop at the top and really control, and then resist to come back down. Try not to lift any higher than shoulder height. 3, 2, last one. And as we get fatigued, what will happen is we'll start to like swing. So we don't want the momentum. We want to remove the momentum as much as possible. So make sure that we really control and stay strong. Into that left hand, this is the last one. So into that left hand, reset yourself. So set your spine, knees under hips, hands under shoulders, weight in the right hand and left knee, and we're lifting out, inhaling in. So making sure that we've got that controlled breath. We're not using that momentum. We're resisting on the way down. We've got 3, 2, 1, and done. You'll really notice if you're trying to keep yourself square on that one, you'll really notice when you start to fatigue, because all you'll want to do is rotate those shoulders to get that height in that arm. So just come back to child's pose. Let's have a quick rest here. As I spoke about before, if you felt like you had one side that was much stronger than the other, do a second set when you watch this back, or when we can't do it again, but when you watch the recording back, or if you watch the recording back, do another set on that weaker side. So you do 2 sets to the weaker side and 1 set to your dominant side. And that's going to really help strengthen and create more balance through your body. So let's come seated position. So if you want to sit on your couch, you can. So sitting on your couch is fine. If you want, you can kneel, you can sit cross-legged, whatever feels best for you, but we're just going to take a nice shoulder stretch. So relax the shoulder down away from the ear. Just give it a stretch. Stretching is important as well. So if you have time, you can do a few more. So just really relax through that shoulder and slow the breath down. Enjoy taking a couple of deep breaths. Change sides when you're ready. It is a tougher session, that one. So just shake out the arms, relax the shoulder down away from the ear, tuck the chin, and then tilt the head across to the side. Just remember that feedback is always welcome. You can leave comments or suggestions at any time. Turn the head to the side, take the hand behind, drop down. And then drop shoulder, other shoulder, tuck chin, tilt to the other side. So if that was a bit advanced for you and you want more modifications, feel free to let me know. And I'm happy to work one-to-one to add some more modifications to it so it's more manageable for you. So the levels are there so that it's appropriate for everyone, and the workout can be done without weights. So if you felt like it was too hard with the weight, just drop the weight, use a drink bottle, use whatever you have. Turn the head to the side, take the hand behind, drop down. And then the last one, my favorite one, take both hands together, take behind, tuck the chin, drop down. Take those few deep breaths. Enjoy some last moments of peace, maybe. And then just relax. Give yourself a shoulder roll. Give it all a shake. Well done today, everyone. I'm going to stop all my recordings.